and reduce the burden of healthcare for our parents with the introduction of EduAfia for our students. In security, despite initial challenges, we invested heavily in our infrastructure, security infrastructure. We restructured our security organs and deepened an interagency approach, thereby ensuring that our security agencies were better able to handle both domestic and external threats. This machine that we built, however, was not to be used and designed to face its own citizens, and it is not supposed to have been a source of fear and conflict with our citizens. Ilikuwa ya kulinda wananchi, sio kuumiza wananchi. We worked as a party to bring greater cohesion in our social construct, to reduce ethnic tensions and address both social and regional inequalities. This noble effort, but that is for another time. Equally, my friends, it is true to say that we also face challenges. Key among them being our war against corruption in government that was less than successful. Our intergovernment relations also left much to be desired. A case in point being the uneasy relationship with the judiciary over the appointment of judges. To my mind, the framers of our Constitution intended that the different arms of government will be simultaneously independent, but always interdependent, for the common good of our people and nation. It was never our intention to deny them their independence or to interfere with their operations. All of this and more, but as I have said, this is a story for another day. Therefore now, we need to ask ourselves, where are we and where do we want to go? Ladies and gentlemen, over the years as a leader, some things have become apparent and clear to me. That you succeed by looking at past successes, injecting new ideas, and improving upon them. And you fail by ignoring past mistakes and therefore falling folly of repeating the same. This, while always having an open mind and a listening ear, even to those you disagree with, and especially to the voices of our younger generations. For in a world that is ever evolving as fast as it is with such insights that it is then that such insights become crucial for true transformation to occur. A balance of all this is what makes a stable and pragmatic nation, one that is filled with hope and not despair, a nation at peace with itself, and one that is able to transist with ease from one generation to the next. In the last general election, I endeavored to pass this message. Unfortunately, it fell on deaf ears and was lost in the noise of insults, character assassinations, myths and stories of dynasties and hustlers, and so on. Yeah. Today, many of the gains we had in the past have been eroded. Linda Mama and others replaced by new, untried, untested schemes. And while we wait for these experiments to work, Kenyans suffer and our progress is retarded. As we continue to dwell in rhetoric rather than in progress, we repeat the mistakes of the past. Indeed, today, some of the truths we spoke of yesterday have become the reality check of today, while some of the myths and falsehoods have become the nightmare that many are living. So again, why are we here today? Ladies and gentlemen, the past can inform us, but the present can shape the future. So the first thing, as our Secretary General has told us, our first mission today was to pass amendments to our party's constitution. Amendments to ensure that the machinations of the past shall never be used again to hold back our progress. Second is to seek your approval to put in place measures to rejuvenate our party and set in motion a process of injecting new blood into our party structures and hierarchy. Men and women, especially the young, and when I say the young, I am not just saying young in body. We also want young in mind and spirit. Men and women of integrity who can be trusted with our future. Men and women who have the courage to fight for what is right and just. Men and women with the patience to listen to those whom they wish to lead. Men and women with compassion for their fellow citizens. Men and women of wisdom, not pride. Men and women who know as human beings they can make mistakes, but stand ready to correct them. I have watched quietly the ongoings of the recent past and greatly admired the tribeless, steadfast courage of today's generations. A generation that knows what it wants and is determined to achieve it, whatever the cost. It is my hope today that as some of us give way, that those same young ones, with the same energy, conviction, and patriotism that we saw in the streets, you will be able to use them to transform the structures of our party. And ultimately, you yourselves enter the corridors of power and high office and take charge of your own destiny. You know what you want. It is not for me to tell you. You know what you want. You have the energy to get it. And time is on your side. Musibaki nyuma. In the next few weeks, we shall be rolling out our recruitment strategy across the country. Across generations and gender. This in conjunction with other activities aimed at rejuvenating and reinvigorating our party at grassroots level. our doors are open for all well-meaning Kenyans. And it is my intention to oversee a smooth and transparent process where it shall be the will of the party membership that shall prevail. Nyinyi wenyewe. So, ladies and gentlemen, as I conclude, I wish, for the sake of clarity, to remind Kenyans that the Jubilee Party, as you well know, and for reasons that have just been given, has been largely silent for the last 3 years for those reasons. When we last convened a national delegates conference prior to the 2002 general elections, the party resolved to become a member of the Azimio la Umoja coalition because I, as party leader then and now, was convinced that the coalition and its members shared a common vision for our country. In the years since then, however, the Azimio coalition membership has undergone changes. I don't need to elaborate, nyinyi nyote munaelewa. However, notwithstanding these changes, and as we speak today, the party, as per the decision of our organs, remains a member of what is left of this coalition, and any decision on whether to reinvest in it or leave it will be a decision for the party's new leadership to take when the time comes. Lakini sasa tuko pahali tulikuwa. Mimi sio mtu wa kupiga reverse na kona kila siku. But make no mistake when I say that. Like any other political party, we shall be preparing for the next general election, and doing so in earnest. And it remains our firm intention to field the best possible candidates for all elective positions. We shall either do this on our own, or we shall do this in concert with like-minded political movements. It is therefore my hope that a newly energized Jubilee Party will achieve two immediate outcomes. Firstly, to provide a suitable platform for visionary aspiring leaders to offer themselves up in the service of their nation. And secondly, for the citizens of Kenya to be present with a vibrant set of options from which to elect leaders of their choice in accordance with the democratic ideals of our constitutional order and what our national constitution states. Kwa hivyo wenzangu, niliwaambia mimi siku hizi siongeangi mengi na najaribu saa